Let's begin with a question. Which department within the United States government has jurisdiction to stop the victimization of students abroad? The answer is none. Studying abroad is an exciting enticement, but policy has not kept pace with globalization. No federal rules exist to safeguard the well-being of students abroad. It will take an act of Congress to change that. Until that happens, ClearCause is building Safe Journey Academy, the first standardized student abroad safety education. Safe Journey Academy is a useful tool for any American on foreign soil. This video is a sample of a tutorial ClearCause is developing to empower global travelers to identify and mitigate risks abroad. We want you to depart smart. Let's virtually visit the U.S. Department of State for CSI. CSI stands for Country-Specific Information, not the popular crime scene investigation series. Crime scenes are what we want to help you avoid. The mission of the U.S. Department of State Bureau of Consular Affairs is safety, security, service. Their highest priority is to protect the lives and interests of U.S. citizens overseas. The State Department puts your tax dollars to work with an informative service available at www.travel.state.gov. Bookmark this website and visit it often. The world is an ever-changing canvas. Travel.state.gov is a very good reference for country-specific information. When visiting this site, pay very close attention to worldwide caution, alerts, and travel warnings, which are highlighted by these symbols. For example, in the Enter a Country or Area field, if we type Syria and click, you would expect to see a country-wide travel warning. It's true that some colleges mandate study abroad to graduate. Unfortunately, students have been placed in countries where the Department of State has issued an active warning, like Kenya or Venezuela, for example. They're told to just sign this waiver to study abroad. ClearCause strongly advises against this practice for undergraduates and K-12 students. There are many opportunities to study abroad outside of hostile territories or natural disaster zones. Make your program earn your trust. Let's go back to the landing page of travel.state.gov. This time we'll type Costa Rica. On June 3rd of 2015, the State Department issued a countrywide alert for hurricane and typhoon season. Heads up, because with an alert like this, you may need emergency evacuation insurance. It can cost $50,000 or more to evacuate an injured or seriously ill person. Make sure to read the fine print on your travel insurance policy so that you can make decisions and be prepared. Directly beneath the alert are embassy messages. Let's see what's here. Now we see that a location-specific alert is identified. This is different than a country-wide alert. Let's click San Jose to see what the U.S. Consulate wants us to know. This will open a new window to the United States Embassy, San Jose, Costa Rica. The fourth tab at the top identifies that we are in the U.S. Citizens Services tab. The menu on the left bar identifies we are reading security messages for U.S. citizens. Under the red 2015, we see a revised message regarding increase in violent criminal activity in the San Jose area. This takes us to the most recent alert for San Jose. The security message warns about homicides and provides tips on what to do if you're caught in a violent situation. It also alerts citizens to an alarming rise in homicides in 2015. Now let's go back to the Costa Rica tab at travel.state.gov. The yellow header designates how to contact the U.S. Embassy in San Jose for assistance. Keep the U.S. Embassy contact information with you at all times during your trip. The map gives the proximity of the U.S. Embassy in Costa Rica. The website gives you some quick information on passports, visas, currency restrictions to exit, and vaccinations, although we prefer to rely on the Centers for Disease Control for vaccination information. More on that later. Scroll down and click on the menu bar for Safety and Security. You can come back and carefully review the other tabs and cautions later, particularly the section on crime. The section where the embassy reports the downtown area of San Jose, for example, is a prime tourist destination during daylight hours. You are strongly encouraged not to travel to the area after dark. U.S. government officials are not permitted to stay in hotels in that area due to safety concerns. Further down on the page, it's interesting to note that U.S. government officials are not allowed to travel on city buses. ClearCause is an avid believer of following consulate behavior and advice. If the U.S. government does not allow its employees to stay in areas after dark and advises you not to travel to the area after dark, do not do it. Students have been placed in dangerous locations U.S. Embassy employees are not allowed to venture. They have been shot and killed, maliciously robbed by gun and knife point. Many drownings repeatedly occur on the same dangerous beaches. You must depart smart to avoid harm. At the bottom of this section, you will note the emergency phone number in Costa Rica is also 911. This is not always the case in other countries. Know the emergency numbers for fire, police, and ambulance before departure. In Chile, a very long, narrow country, there are many 3-digit emergency numbers. You might want to know how to say a few key phrases and identify your location in the foreign language. Also take time to open the Local Laws and Special Circumstances bar. Here you will find specific information about earthquakes, landslides, natural disasters, and detailed information for women, LGBT, and disabled travelers. This gives you a high-level overview of the type of country-specific information available from the State Department. If you decide to travel abroad, always register at the Safe Traveler Enrollment Program, or STEP. You will need your itinerary, contact telephone and mobile numbers, addresses of where you'll be staying, emergency contact information, and passport. Your U.S. Embassy cannot forewarn or reach you if they don't know where you are. Your emergency contacts should also have active passports good for 6 months beyond your return date in case they need to get to you. Powers of attorney are also helpful, particularly HIPAA and FERPA releases for parents of students. Travel insurance is an important must-have for them also. It is helpful if they have your personal health data in the foreign language. Even if you're not traveling, you can get travel alerts and warnings by clicking the middle picture. Whether you're a student or a parent, a digital phone with a data plan can be a lifeline. Many academic student programs abroad discourage the use of cell phones and data plans, but they can literally be a lifeline. Emails and texts are often the first way Department of State alerts get to Americans on foreign soil. Before you travel, contact your mobile phone carrier to be sure your smartphone will be affordable and work in the country you're traveling to, both voice and data. If it doesn't, seek an alternative that will allow you to have communication with you at all times. Now let's visit the Centers for Disease Control, or CDC, at www.cdc.gov. The CDC is a go-to resource for disease prevention and control. Today we're interested in the third tab, Traveler's Health. Select the first pull-down menu, Destinations. At the prompt, Where are you going?, choose Costa Rica, then click Go. This website is resource-rich with a wealth of options at the left. For now, let's scroll down and look at recommended vaccinations to stay healthy in Costa Rica, broken down into 3 categories with information on each. You'll want to consult your physician to learn which vaccinations you need. Further down, you will see travel health notices and watch levels. On May 14th of 2015, the CDC alerted us about chikungunya, warning travelers to protect themselves from mosquitoes. It's possible for you to become ill even a few weeks after you return, so stay alert. The CDC also gives valuable advice on healthy packing lists and how to find medical care abroad. The CDC is a very valuable resource for country-specific health information. Depart smart. Now we have a brief quiz for you to test your knowledge from the Safe Journey Action Plan sample for country-specific information. Which department of the United States has jurisdiction to stop the victimization of students abroad? Is it A, Department of Justice, B, Department of Education, C, Department of State, or D, none of the above? The answer is none of the above. Policy has not kept pace with globalization. Please help us advocate for thoughtful federal policies to save lives and protect students abroad. If an American student is hurt or killed abroad, A, the U.S. government will pay to bring them home, B, the foreign government will pay to send them home, C, the school or university will pay to bring them home, or D, none of the above. The answer is D, none of the above. You must have comprehensive evacuation insurance for illness, injury, natural disaster, and civil unrest. Be sure to read the fine print. It can cost upwards of $50,000 to bring an American home. Every American should register their trip abroad here. A, U.S. Department of State, B, Centers for Disease Control, C, Travel Clinic, D, none of these. The correct answer is A, the U.S. Department of State in the STEP program. They can't help you if they don't know where you are. If there are no symbols on the country page at travel.state.gov, A, there are no health or safety threats, B, it does not mean there are no specific location threats, C, the U.S. Embassy is trying to build relationships with that country, or D, you should refresh your browser. The correct answer is B. The safety and security bar may define threats within specific areas of the country. What should emergency contacts have to help someone in need who is abroad? A, passports, power of attorney, insurance, and funds. B, passports, power of attorney, insurance, funds, personal health information in the foreign language. C, passports good beyond 6 months of the return date, power of attorney, insurance, funds, and personal health information translated into the foreign language? Or D, none of the above. The correct answer is C. Knowledge is just information, but action is powerful. Safe Journey Academy will provide standardized tools to help you advocate for yourself, identify and mitigate risks abroad in life-saving ways. It's up to you to depart smart. Please fund Safe Journey Academy by making a tax-deductible donation today. Just click the Donate tab. Every donor will receive a travel safety checklist. Safety means the world to students abroad, and they mean the world to us. Thank you.